What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I joined my Kwame for an interesting Dragon Ball Super theory. And I want to ask you guys, the viewers, what you think about this. And I also brought on Kwame here because I wanted to see what he thinks as well. I actually didn't tell him what the topic was yet. I just kind of brought him to a Skype call, and he's about to hear it for the first time. But Kwame, are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
I think that Vegeta is already a Super Saiyan God.
And why is that?
Right? What? He didn't do the ritual. Well, the big one is a couple things, actually. The big one is the fact that since the fight between Goku and Beerus started, Vegeta has been watching him from the ship. He didn't leave at all. If you notice, the rest of the crew hopped on that spaceship with Bulma, and they've been trying to find, the fight the whole time. We see them in episode 11 where they're just kind of chasing after it, but they can't find him because they can't sense it. So how is Vegeta keeping up with the fight? You could probably argue, well, maybe just here thinking about it. No. He's actually watching it, because if you remember when Beerus knocks Goku into the water and Goku comes back, Vegeta smiles. He is clearly watching this fight, sensing it. So does that mean he's a Super Saiyan God?
I mean, I don't think so yet, but I do have my own theory as to how he's becoming a Super Saiyan God.
Ooh, I want to hear this before I continue with mine.
Well, the thing is that I've always thought that it kind of originated from the ritual, and there's no evidence to support this. This is just a Aquaman theory.
Right.
But when Vegeta and Goku and the rest of the gang were basically holding hands like, a kindergarten show and then transferring all of their energy into Goku, I felt that although their energy was being transferred to Goku, or I guess you could say their Saiyan souls, because it didn't really seem like it was energy, I felt that everybody somewhat collectively shared part of the energy.
Right.
And I felt that Vegeta somehow inherently got some of what the God Key would have been, just like the other characters.
Yes.
And I felt that's how he possibly got it. But that would also mean that maybe Gohan and the rest. But I've always been a believer that if you have some Saiyan blood, you could do it.
Right. Well, what I was going to say is to kind of like, because I know people are going to say, well, does that mean Goten, Trunks, Gohan? No. I have a strong belief, and again, this is just my belief, my theory. There's no facts to prove this yet, but I have a strong belief to become a Super Saiyan God, you have to be 100% blooded Saiyan to do so. So what I think is, even though, well, because then that would be kind of weird if you think about the original Super Saiyan God, but then again, we never really heard too much about that story. But I think that Vegeta and Goku got exposed to Super Saiyan God, but the only reason why Vegeta's hair is not red is because his energy is drained. I feel like once Vegeta actually recovers or really, powers up, his hair will indeed go red. And I think that just being part of this ritual is what made him a Super Saiyan God already, and we're going to see that once the Resurrection of F arc starts next. But I actually think he's a Super Saiyan God just because he can keep up with the fight, because how else is he watching it? That's the one question, is how is he watching the fight? Like, do you have any theory that you can kind of toss out to how he's able to keep up with the fight?
I mean, well,
we know they're far away. We know they're far away because Bulma and the rest of the crew had to hop in the ship and go after them. Whereas Vegeta literally just stood there. He didn't leave. He just chilled. He's just chilling on the ship watching it.
Well, the thing is that obviously Vegeta's senses are a lot higher than everybody else's, and that's a pretty good reason as to why you think he could be a god. But I think that it's also a matter of the fact that Vegeta's potential to become a god is significantly greater. So it's kind of like, I think a good analogy would be using Gohan as an example. Like, in comparison to the other characters, when Gohan was a kid, like, you remember when Yamcha was first fighting that Cyberman? Yeah. And, Piccolo was talking to Gohan, and he was telling him, oh, wow, just focus and just read it. And then Gohan, like, after a while, he was able to follow the fight, even though they were moving at such rapid speeds. I kind of look at it like that, like, in the sense that Vegeta's so much higher than everybody else that he can kind of follow it, in a similar way to how Gohan was first able to look at the fight.
Well, the only counter after that is the fact that he couldn't sense Beerus at all when he showed up in both the movie and in the series. Because if you remember when Beerus showed up, he knew he was there, but he couldn't sense him at all. And like Beerus was like floating all around him and stuff, but he couldn't sense him.
Right.
So maybe he's like, because he was part of the ritual, he might be stuck in between, maybe halfway transformed to Super Saiyan God, or because remember, God Key is just a state. It's a base state. Once you do the ritual, you have like that new level of power that you can reach, and then once you actually power up, you are a Super Saiyan God. But I don't know. I had a strong belief that he's a Super Saiyan God just because he's being able to keep up the fight. And I feel like once this fight's actually over, we'll be able to either deny or confirm if that theory is true.
This is reminding me a lot about Digimon, by the way. Just for you kidsters. What was the Digimon season where like the humans turned into the Digimon? That was actually my favorite, even though most people hated that.
Season 4.
Yeah, and I'm probably gonna lose subs for saying that's my favorite season, but
that's my favorite too. A lot of people love that one.
Actually,
Season 1 and 2 were great. They were kind of kiddie, but was it that one I'm thinking of? Are you talking about with what is this? Was it
Takuya and Koji and all those guys?
Was it with Gaomon?
No, I don't remember. But
I don't remember either.
Takuya and Lobomon, like all the ones that like they turned into the Digimon, and I like that season. And the reason why I feel like that season reminds me of this situation was this is this case where Takuya and I think it was Koji, or it's his friend that he would always like transform with. It's like the series is all becoming about them fusing or like becoming the two strongest guys, and essentially all of their friends are so much weaker than everybody else that that's kind of how I look at it.
Oh, okay. I just looked it up. Season 3 is actually probably my favorite, just because it got so dark. But season 4 is good. I think 3 and 4 are probably my favorite though.
Right. And I just hope like they at least although I like that Digimon series, I just hope that they don't make it in the sense where it's so much about Goku and Vegeta that.
No, wait. I'm kidding. Season 4 is my favorite. Is it 4? I can't tell. You got me over here like trying to think now. I'm trying to remember what because it's been so long since I watched Digimon.
I mean,
is this the one? I can't really. Oh, whatever. That's another discussion for another time. But what do you think though? Like your final verdict or thought, I guess.
I think that this is a showcasing that Vegeta's obviously going to go through a major transformation. And by the way, I just looked it up as we were talking. It's actually season 4. But
season 4.
Yeah, but I just think that Vegeta's on such a higher level that I think he could sense it. I think that he probably would have to do some manipulation in order to gather the God Key, because I feel like Vegeta's one of those characters that if he were to just give his energy to somebody, he would want some in return. And I just have this slick theory that Vegeta somehow managed to transfer some of the God Key into himself. I know it's a stretch. I know there's really no support to say this. It's just my theory. And, we're going to learn a lot more later on. And I just hope like they don't make the series all about Vegeta and Goku at this point, and at least give the other characters somewhat of a role.
I guess before we wrap this up, I want to turn this, to people who are watching this video. What do you guys think? Do you think Vegeta is a Super Saiyan God yet? Or do you agree with Kwame's thought in him saying that basically Vegeta is so well trained, he's able to keep up the fight? I guess let us know in the comment section below. And episode 12 should be airing in a couple days. And by then, it'll be wrapping up the Battle God Saga. And then probably by episode 13, or even episode 12, we might, get an answer to that a lot sooner than later. So I guess we'll find out sometime in the next couple weeks of what's the case with Vegeta. Whether he's just really well trained, or he actually is indeed a partial Super Saiyan God internally or something. So I guess let's just take it from there. I'm excited. Did you enjoy episode 11 yet? Did you watch it?
Yeah,
I assume you watched it.
It was pretty fun. I thought it was one of the better episodes. I haven't done my review yet, but I think it's a great series.
Dude, it was great so episode. Great. I was literally. It reminded me of when I was a kid watching the Frieza fight. Because remember when Frieza grabbed Goku with that I forgot what that attack is called, but when he had him in that yellow ball and he just kept kicking him around. Yeah, that's what it reminded me of when Beerus was like basically tossing him left and right, and then shot him into the ground just like Frieza did, and then he escaped the explosion before it went off.
You're right.
Oh gosh, I love Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball is such a great series. Yeah, I'm excited, and I can't wait for next week. But let us know your thoughts before I get distracted again by Dragon Ball related stuff. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below of whether or not you believe Vegeta is already a Super Saiyan God. And also, to kind of finalize again before I end this video, I still have a big partial belief that to be a Super Saiyan God, you have to be a full-blooded Saiyan to do so. Because then otherwise, I just feel like if everybody can become a Super Saiyan God, it'd be kind of cheap, like Goten, Trunks, Gohan. As much as a lot of us fans would want that, it'll be great fan service. I feel like if everybody can go Super Saiyan God, it would just be too easy. So I feel like the one rule that Toriyama should kind of add into it, that to become a Super Saiyan God, you have to be 100% blooded Saiyan to do so. And that would kind of make more sense. And actually, you know what? Before I end this, something else I want to kind of toss out there before people throw it up there. We know the original Super Saiyan God died because he ended up, running out of energy, and then the Saiyans defeated him. And we know that there was a group of Saiyans with them, but again, when you do the ritual, you put all your energy into one Saiyan, which would have been that Super Saiyan God. And I feel like at the time, when that Super Saiyan God ran out of energy, the rest of the guys died with him because they weren't, strong enough to fight. So I think that's probably what happened in the past as well. So that would kind of like fill that plot hole of why the rest of the guys just didn't go Super Saiyan God when they're fighting the evil Saiyans on the planet. Do you want to say anything else to that theory before we end this?
No, I mean I pretty much agree with the premise of how you're basing the theory, I just feel like, you know, we just need to learn a little bit more about the series before we can, like, go in depth about it. But the whole thing about them being, you know, pure Saiyans, I'll just say this really quick, it kind of relates to GT, whether or not you know, the whole canonicity, you know, you could say what you want to say about that, but, like, the whole thing is do you think it's going to be one of those situations where, like, Goku and Vegeta, both Super Saiyan 4s, can go, you know, because they're pure Super Saiyans, can they go into a Super Saiyan 4? I've always felt that theoretically, if Gohan had a tail, he might be able to do it too. And I think there's a lot more to go into that.
Right. I guess we'll just turn it over to you guys, so let us know your feedback in the comment section below. And I guess, Kwame, and do your thing.
Please remember, please, just please remember, Dino and I don't ask for a lot. We'll make videos for free for the rest of eternity. But all we ask is if you just rate, comment, and subscribe. And remember, as we always say, to have a great day, guys. I mean, everything could be fine, right, Dino?
Yep.
All right.
Peace.